Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Third Eye Media. Let's begin with today's current affairs session. The first topic of the day is Supreme Court to hear plea to include Chief Justice on EC selection panel. NGO tells Supreme Court that center can take unfair advantage. So we all know that the recent news that one of the election commissioner has voluntarily resigned from this election commission. So there is a vacancy in election commissioner and another election commissioner has been retired based upon the criteria, as per the criteria. So there are two vacant positions in election commission. So this is all about filling up of those two election commissioner posts, because there is going to be upcoming Lok Sabha elections in April. So it claimed that the stay the implementation of Section 7 of the Chief Election Commission and other election commissions appointment, conditions of service and term of office act 2023. So recently they passed a law, right, about the appointment of election commissioners. So this NGO is actually asking to hold this particular act. Direct the Union of India to appoint the vacant positions of election commissioners till the pendency of the case in the Supreme Court in accordance with the selection committee laid down by the Anup Baranwal versus Union of India judgment of March 2023, bring the CGA back on board the high profile selection committee headed by the Prime Minister for appointment of ECs. So it is asking, they are actually asking for the previous committee to be again set up to elect these chief election commissioners, so that later on this new act can be implemented. Center to mark September 17 as Liberation Day. The center has announced its decision to observe September 17, the day on which the princely state of Hyderabad merged into the Indian Union in 1948 as Hyderabad Liberation Day. So remember, September 17 has been declared as Liberation Day for Hyderabad. And also the reason is given here, that is on that particular day, princely state of Hyderabad merged into the Indian Union. Next, Midwifery Training Institute launched. It is related to regional news itself. The Telangana Health Department has inaugurated a national midwifery training institute housed at the Government College of Nursing in Secunderabad. This initiative aims to enhance midwifery training and raise healthcare standards in the region to tackle the high incidence of cesarean C-section deliveries in Telangana. So to deal with cesarean deliveries, this particular nursing home has been established to train the particular nurses. Next, Sangeet Natak Academy Award given to Manjula Ramaswamy. Veteran Bharatanatyam Guru Manjula Ramaswamy has been conferred with the Sangeet Natak Academy Award for 2023 for her contribution to Bharatanatyam. Just direct current affair. A new flowering plant found in Arunachal Pradesh named after Hyderabad scientist. It is actually related to environment and ecology. A new colorful flowering plant species, Begonia narahari, with a distinctive feature of displaying a vivid blue iridescence in direct light, was discovered in Mishmi Hills. So this particular thing was discovered in Mishmi Hills of Arunachal Pradesh, Lohit district by scientists. Okay, Begonia is considered to be one of the largest and fast growing genera of flowering plants belonging to the family Begoniaceae. This new species was found to be growing on hill slopes composed of sandstone covered by different species of mosses and ferns. Together by University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, Assistant Professor Nazir Ahmed Bhatt and research scholar Bipankar Hazong, under the supervision of senior scientist Pankaj Bharali, both from CSIR NEIST. They have decided to name after Dr. Narhari Shastri in recognition of his immense contribution to establishing the Germ Plasm Conservation Center for the Bioresources at NEIST campus, his unwavering commitment to improving the well-being of the people in the northeastern region, and for providing the necessary facilities to conduct our work. The plant discovery was also published in reputed international journal Phytotaxa in its latest news. So very important, please go through that once again. So the name of this plant species was named after which scientist's name, it might be asked, and he belongs to which state or which place, they might be asking you in the examination point of view. Next, laser light sound show begins. A 450 crore multimedia laser light and sound show with water screen and musical fountains on the Hussain Saga, detailing the story of the Kohinoor diamond mined in Golconda and its saga over generations. So they are going to start the laser show, and it is going to depicting about story of the Kohinoor diamond. Okay. Next, Kishan Reddy at Necklace Road. So, Union Minister for Culture, Kishan Reddy at Necklace Road on Tuesday night. The story was developed under the supervision of, movie writer and Rajya Sabha member Vijendra Prasad. Okay, he developed the story by S.S. Kanchi with music. So, by S.S. Kanchi with music by Venkata, by Vande Mataram Srinivas, and noted playback singer Sunita rendering the song. So, remember these names, actually who are behind this story is very important. Kerala CM launches Sabari K Prize Place Center Scheme. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who launched the Kerala's government subsidized Sabari K Prize here on Wednesday, slammed the center's Bharat Rice initiative, saying that it was driven by considerations of profit and political gain. Rice available at 18.59 per kg was being sold as Bharat Rice for 200 rupees. The state government is providing a subsidy of almost 11 per kg on its Sabari K rice, which is purchased by the state at 40 rupees a kg. Prior to the National Food Security Act, Kerala was eligible for 16.25 lakh tons of food grains. After its enactment, the quota reduced to 14.25 lakh tons. So, important is what are the schemes here? One is Sabari K rice scheme, National Food Security Act. What are the provisions provided under National Food Security Act? Please go through it once. Next, and that's all. And what is this Bharat Rice Initiative? Next, Canadian probe into Nizar case is not over. New Zealand Deputy PM. It's all about relation with Canada. So we all know that the Khalistani separatist Canadian activist who was recently killed in June 2023, and it was claimed that we have had a co-op about it. So they're over the investigation. They're into the investigation, and they might catch the culprit soon. So New Zealand is one of the Five Eyes grouping countries that have urged New Delhi to cooperate in the investigation. It is too early to comment on the issue, says Winston Peters, who is on a 4-day visit to India for talks on bilateral ties. Khalistani separatist Canadian activist who was killed in June 2003. It was all about him. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar said he welcomed New Zealand's decision to join the International Solar Alliance and discussed cooperation in the Commonwealth, UN Security Council reform, Indo-Pacific, and global issues. We agreed on enhancing our political, trade and economic, security, connectivity, mobility, education, and people-to-people ties, the External Affairs Minister said. So, very clear, whenever a country is in the news, it's very clear that what are the relations we are going to, what are the bilateral trade or bilateral relations with that country is very important in our examination point of view. Next, Uttarakhand bill on Uniform Civil Code gets President's nod. Previously, Uniform Civil Code was only present in Goa. Now, apart from that, we are having Uttarakhand has also passed this Uniform Civil Code. Uttarakhand has now become the first state in independent India to have a Uniform Civil Code after President Draupadi Murmu on Wednesday gave assent to the UCC Bill 2024. The bill, which has kept tribal people out of its ambit, has banned practices like halala, iddat, and talaq, customs related to marriage and divorce in Muslim personal law. So they might ask you in the choose the correct answer. They might give these 3 names, and they might ask which of the following are not part of Muslim personal law or Shariat law. Under Article 201, very important, under Article 201 of the Constitution of India, the President gave assent to Uniform Civil Code Uttarakhand 2024 bill passed by the Uttarakhand Legislative Assembly on March 11th. So, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand is Pushkar Singh Dhami. The bill basically has 392 sections under 7 schedules, is based on a 750-page draft spread over 4 volumes prepared by an expert committee formed by the government in June 2022 to examine the way UCC can be introduced in the state. Next, Supreme Court stops Assam government move to denotify rhino habitat. The Forest Department issued the notification in 1998 without consulting the cabinet. So, what is all about? So, basically, the Assam government has already declared Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary as a sanctuary. Pobitora as a wildlife sanctuary. But now, after 26 years, now they are claiming that how can a state government, without intimating the center, can declare a particular place as a wildlife sanctuary. That's the actual news, that's the actually concept here. The Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, which hosts one of the largest rhino populations in the country. The declaration of the sanctuary is in 1998 was an act of government. So now they are discussing about that whether it is correct or not. PM launches portal for marginalized sections. Launching the Pradhan Mantri सामाजिक उत्तनेवम रोजगार आधारित जन कल्याण. So once again I am reading it. प्रधान मंत्री सामाजिक उत्तनेवम रोजगार आधारित जन कल्याण. So PM Suraj portal for credit support to entrepreneurs from disadvantaged sections of society. Virtual on Wednesday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said. Mr. Modi also disbursed around 8,720 crore worth of credit to 1 lakh beneficiaries from the scheduled castes, denotified, nomadic and semi-nomadic tribes, other backward classes and Safai Karamcharis. The portal will be a one-stop point where people from disadvantaged sections of the society can apply for and monitor the progress of all loan and credit schemes already available to them. So very important. So it might come in the recent coming up examinations. So please be aware of this particular scheme. It will benefit to whom? Panel recommends ban on ferocious dogs. Expert committee constituted by the Department of Animal Welfare and Husbandry, Ministry of Agriculture, has recommended that certain breeds of ferocious dogs be prohibited from being kept as pets. I think dog lovers should definitely see this news. The breeds include mixed and cross breeds like Pit Bull Terrier, Tosino, American Staffordshire Terrier, Fila Brasileiro, Dogo Argentino, American Bulldog, Borbol, Kangal, Central Asian Shepherd Dog, Caucasian Shepherd Dog, South Mastiffs, Rottweiler, Terrier, Rhodesian Ridgeback, Wolf Dogs, Canario, Akbash Dog, Moscow Guard Dog, Cane Corso and dogs commonly classified as banned dog. These rules are expected to be implemented by the local authorities. Dogs that have already been kept as pets must be sterilized to ensure that further breeding does not happen. Next, Modi, British PM assess progress on free trade agreement negotiations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak spoke over the phone on Tuesday, assessing the progress made on negotiating a free trade agreement as both countries face general elections. Next, Nagaland church body says LGBTQ plus lifestyle unacceptable. So I'm not don't get into the news, don't take it personal. So just going to understand what is the full form of it. LGBTQ plus expands to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and all other sexual orientations. They also have a flag that is basically a rainbow. Next is e-commerce for MSME exports. The government must make it easier for smaller firms to export their goods via e-commerce platforms, simplify merchandise trade processes and establish a single national trade portal for all approvals and compliances. The Niti Aayog recommended in a report on boosting exports from micro, small and medium enterprises. So to increase exports from MSMEs, they should definitely create a platform which is actually accessible and approve all the permissions as soon as possible. While China exported $200 billion worth of goods through e-commerce in 2022, India exported only $2 billion. And a key reason for this gap is the cumbersome compliance process associated with exports, especially when it comes to payment reconciliation, which is particularly challenging for new or small exporters, the public policy think tank noted in the report. While MSMEs are said to account for 38.4% of India's manufacturing output and contribute 45% of exports, the report's authorities reckoned that MSME export numbers were almost certainly inflated and needed to be more accurately measured. MSMEs can compete in export markets in sectors like handicrafts, handloom textiles, Ayurveda and herbal supplements, leather goods, imitation jewelry and wooden products, which have global demand of more than 340 billion. So that's all for the day. Hope you like the video. Keep watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. All the best. Keep preparing. Thank you.